What's up, everybody? This is Talkin All That Kazz, and I am DJ Kazzeo. I want to thank you for checking out this particular episode of Talkin All That Kazz. On this particular episode, I got another great interview that I conducted here on my radio show at 90.9 FM KHCC in Salinas, California. But before we get going with that, I want you to go to this address, djkazzeo.com, and connect with me on social media. Whether it's on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on my Twitter, or even if you go and subscribe to my Mixcloud channel, you can hear all my radio shows that I do in their entirety, music, commentary, and interviews. But this right here, Talkin All That Kazz, this is for just the interviews, okay? I want to thank everybody who checked out the first round of interviews that I put up. Now we're on to the second round. This particular round, I'm going to focus on 2019, but I'm going to sprinkle it in with some more current stuff too. So you never know what you're going to get. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy another edition of Talkin All That Kazz with me, DJ Kazzeo.
All right. Back in the pace right here. The place, I should say the pace. The place right here. Man, all over the place. That's what happens when you have talented guests joining you. Actually, talented guest joining me for the very first time. New artist coming out of Miami. She goes by the name of Cachita Lopez. How are you doing tonight, Cachita?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so very much for this wonderful opportunity of being able to hang out with you guys for a little bit.
Oh, well, thank you so much for taking the time to call in. As I was telling you, I read some of the stuff you're involved in, and it's like there's charities, there's organizations, there's like work-related stuff, there's, artist-related stuff. It seems like, how do you get everything done with so much happening?
You just get it done. You just get it done.
You just put your head down and plow forward, right?
That's it. And power naps.
So, reading some of the stuff, I read a few facts on you, and it said in your teenage years you started classical and jazz training. How exactly did that, if at all, shape you for what you're doing now?
Well, I think every step of the way and every opportunity has helped shape who I've become artistically. I was blessed to have a father who was a musician, and not only did I have the classical training, but I also got to get a lot of experience on stage from a very, very young age. So by the time I graduated high school, I had already been performing professionally with professionals for about 5 years. Mm-hmm. And I think that was fantastic. He also motivated me greatly, as well as other professors that I had, to become very versatile. And I think it's fantastic. And as artists, I feel we should always be open to the opportunity to grow and do a different style of music. I'm a fan of pretty much every style of music. Mm-hmm. And years ago, I had the opportunity to meet DJ George Ojeda when Wepa.fm first started. Uh-huh. And they gave me a great opportunity to perform at their first anniversary party. And from then on, we established a great friendship. George has also supported me in a lot of my charity stuff that I've done. WebFM.fm has also always supported me as well. And recently we had the opportunity to partner with Jeanette, who was an amazing artist, and she had a few hit records as well, and she's composing now, and it was just, everything just fell into place, so it's fantastic.
Yeah, Jeanette had a huge hit back in, I believe it was 88, it could have been 89, mm-hmm. with Don't Ever Leave. And, yes. That was like one of the, not one of the first, but it was a huge record to break out of Miami from an independent artist, break national. So, getting the chance to work with her and have her write for you as you kind of like make your debut in this genre. How is that? I mean, are you learning things from her, or are you,
Here's the thing. I'm just beside myself, because it's so amazing when preparation meets opportunity, and to actually have that opportunity to sit there with people that are so experienced and well versed, and people that I admire, and to be able to, you know, be in a studio with them, it's fantastic. And for them to also trust me enough to give me, you know, my artistic freedom to be able to interpret certain things as, you know, as I feel. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so grateful to have been given that opportunity, and I hope it's the first of many records that we get to together on.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a very strong first outing. You know, with such a solidified base in jazz and Latin jazz and that kind of stuff, was it a long process for George to, you know, wear you down and get you to do some vocals in a freestyle genre, or were you,
No,
you know, right from the
not.
jump?
You want to know what? Honestly, I told George a very long time ago, hey, we should definitely do a song together. And I was always wrapped up in projects. He was always wrapped up in projects. And this opportunity came around, and it just fit, just worked.
Right.
It was actually painless. It was seamless. It was just fantastic. I think everything just flowed the way it needed to. I think we all recognized what each one of us was bringing to the table, artistically and musically.
Mm-hmm.
And we just let each other flow, and we worked together. But, you know, we let George shine in everything that he does. We let Jeanette shine in everything that she does. They gave me my wiggle room to not just interpret the song, you know, not just do the song, but actually interpret the song.
Right.
So
right.
it was just such a positive experience. And I've had experiences that have not been so positive, you know, previously with other folks, and it was just very refreshing. And it happened at a time that was amazing. I was very heavily pregnant when we were recording the song and working on the song, and I was just like in this whole spiritual state of rebirth. So then this whole thing of moving on, you know, everything just flowed. It was great.
Right. You know, I always ask artists because it seemed to, I mean, from an outsider perspective, not being an artist, it always seems like when an artist sings a song that they didn't write, is it easy to connect with that song, or do you have to like really have it explained to you by the songwriter in order to really understand and see where the perspective is?
You know what? It's great to get. I always like to ask the songwriters, you know, what they were feeling when they were, you know, writing these songs. But in this case, I think Jeanette was just so straight to the point with her message that, and of course we talked about it and everything, but I think it's a message that pretty much applies to everyone at some point or another in their life. And making that, materializing that idea is something that I think we can all identify with. And for me, it wasn't too tough, because I think we've all been in that situation. It was like, you know what, pa carajo, I'm moving on. I don't have time for this.
Right.
You know,
right.
I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna empower myself and focus in on, you know, on the future.
It's just one of those situations when you find yourself in it and you look around, you're like, this is just stupid. I'm done.
Oh, absolutely.
This is just stupid.
Absolutely.
You know.
So it's great, man. Let me tell you, I'm very, very happy. I'm very grateful, and I just feel very blessed to have been able to work on this project.
Indeed. So, you know, this obviously being this being the first release with George, were there other songs that you were playing around with before this one that may be released in the future, or was this the actual first one you played around with and the first one that got released?
This is the first one that we played around with, but I've been telling him for a while. Like I said, I've been telling him for a while, let's do something together, and I think it just worked. It's crazy sometimes. I've done other albums where, you know, you just struggle to find that song that you really connect with.
Right.
And that you feel, you know, yeah, this is what I want to represent me as an artist. in my life right now. This is, like, I want to put my face on this. I want to put my name on this. I want to put my voice on this. And with this song, it just happened. There was like really no need to look for anything else. I was like, yeah, I can identify with this.
You're like, this is good to go. We're ready.
Yeah, we're good to go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Being that it's not necessarily the most successful mainstream-wise, were there people around you who were like, look, you're already solidified in Latin jazz and that style. Why are you wasting your time with freestyle?
See, well, I'll tell you, the folks that know me that would have to even say something like that to me know that I'm the first one to dismiss. When it comes to I'm very serious when it comes to my artistic freedom.
Uh-huh.
I feel that as people, we evolve. And that also means that for artists, musically, we have to evolve. We have to test the waters. We have to grow. If you continue doing the same thing, you become stagnant.
Absolutely.
And I feel that of music, regardless if it's commercial or if it's not, brings something different to the table. It exposes you to a new demographic. It gives you the opportunity. I mean, I'm known for doing traditional Cuban music. That does not mean that that's the only thing I'm going to do.
Right.
And it's great. It's great when I meet folks that give me that opportunity to try something else. For George and for Jeanette to say, let's take this girl that does jazz and that does Latin jazz and that does traditional Cuban, and let's hear her on this. Let's give her this opportunity. That, for me, was just humbling,
No question.
A lot of folks say, it's the artist that chooses, but it's not just the artist that chooses. It's if the writer wants to write for you, if it's the producer, if the producer wants to produce for you, to be given that opportunity it's not easy, honestly. As an artist, I can attest to that.
All the planets have to align in order for, everything to work out the way it's supposed to.
It does. I mean, it's nuts, and you'd think that it'd be a lot easier, but I find that it's sometimes a little harder to be given that opportunity once you, like you said, once you're solidified in a certain genre.
Right. Yeah.
People don't consider you for those opportunities.
Exactly.
That's why I say I'm very grateful to have been given this opportunity, and that I look forward to in the future being able to continue and doing, at least a few more tunes with them, because it was a very positive experience for me.
Well, you definitely hit it out of the park on the vocals on this one. And George, I mean, he's steadily been producing solid stuff for years, so
he's a beast.
I mean, it's a great collaboration, and I'm sure that there's more to come. I really appreciate you taking the time to call in tonight once again. Before I let you go, how can people catch up on social media? Are you active on there?
I'm pretty active on Instagram. They can follow me. It's spelled L-A Cachita Lopez. La Cachita Lopez. So if they look at the flyer, they just get my name and put an L-A in front of it, and you'll see all the stuff that I'm doing.
And boom, bam, there it is. There it is.
Boom, bam, boom, there it is. There's everything.
Well, once again, I wish you all the best. I hope to have you back on in the future when the next project is ready. And I think we should jump into it. This is DJ George Ojeda featuring Cachita Lopez. This one is called Moving On, the Miami Wave remix, or mix, if you want to call it. I like this one because it uses the snare rolls from the old Two Live Crew record. So I was telling George, I go, that's a good sound right there. So hot stuff right there. Hot stuff. Debuting it tonight. And I will let you go, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Great. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.